Nice. Welcome to another edition of XFeed. What's up? My name is The Schiller. Today we're going over the Doodles allocation, a little bit of a fallout from that. We're going to revisit one of the news stories that we brought up yesterday regarding League of Legends esports, Valorant esports, and Coinbase, because it seems like there's actually a little bit more to that I did not realize at the time. We got some hot takes on the timeline, and if this is your first time tuning in, what's up? My name is Schiller. We have to do this awkward thing on starting abstract streams every time, which is absolutely phenomenal, but let's get into it. This punk just got dumped into bids for 4.2 WETH. Now, that is arguably a significant failure if you are trying to not fumble potentially generational wealth. That's what some people on the timeline will lead you to believe. But are you bullish on CryptoPunks? Are you bullish on NFTs in general? Do you like Bored Ape Yacht Club? Do you like Pudgy Penguin? I feel like there is a vast, stark difference between everybody within the space and what they actually like. But oh my goodness, imagine scooping up a CryptoPunk for 4.2 ETH. Unbelievable. We got the breakdown for the Doodle airdrop, and it was interesting that they had the Solana mobile phone on there. If you've gone, because they have like this airdrop checker, if you will, where you have to connect your Ethereum wallet, but then you'll also have to connect your Solana wallet because it will drop over there. T-Doge, what's going on? How are we? And I thought that I ordered the Solana mobile phone, but when I connected the Solana wallet, it didn't show anything at all for that. And so I think I have like 111 points from buying the Doodles TV pass, which if you haven't seen the Doodles show, you're going to have to go and scroll an unbelievably large amount back on the live feed to be able to see that. But there actually is a video where at the end of the stream, we watched it. And I think we just called the episode like Doodles and Dulziverse, but we did like a normal X feed and then went into that. So Vector, Helios, Eliza OS, Drip.house, Bonk Bot, some different things. I don't know. We'll see. And there's been some backlash over this as well, but it seems like the new blood allocation wasn't provided for it. But it's also funny because generally speaking with airdrops, you don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of communities that are involved with it. But after the Pengu airdrop, everybody's saying, well, hold on. What else are we going to include? And I think for Anime Coin as well, when it happened, they believe there was more than just one a part of that. Navi, what's going on? Good day, sir. No, good day to you. More so, nah, that doesn't even make sense. We're trying to be nicer. You ever do that thing where like to hold the door for somebody, but then like you're exiting and then they're answering, and then you both like do this awkward like, no, you go. And then you're like, no, you go. And it's the same thing if you're driving a car and wanting to let somebody go. With that said, Atari God did post their kind of breakdown for it. So there was a difference between just having doodles and space doodles. If you put them within space, which is just like changing the art on it and saying, hey, like, yeah, travel. Web3 is super weird. Just thinking about how to explain that out loud just makes me feel ridiculous. But there's different wearables that they've dropped. Apparently, if you happen to have the Flow NFTs, you need to bridge them to base, and then it will count within here. So apparently there's a bridge that came out a while ago, so be aware of that. Duplicators, posters, the passes, there's a whole bunch of different things that are involved. So check that out, and maybe you've participated in something Doodle related. Not the first time we've seen this take, but we keep continuing to be reminded of it because OpenSea, again, has not dropped their token, but everybody's curious because the amount that people have spent back in 2021 all the way up until now is insane. So the bull run may as well start when the C token drops. So remember, we have that still coming. We have the fact that all of the ETFs have still been delayed. And Wendy O yesterday saying, listen, it's all going to happen a little bit later in the year, which might be the case. Colony, Parallel, the AI ecosystem that we've talked about a fair bit here and there. We are excited to announce that alpha testing for Colony continues this week. Our first test on March 30th marked the start of our closed alpha. Beginning with a special weekend-long demo, now is your chance to get involved in our next playtest. Find out more at the end of the thread. So I haven't really messed with this at all. We've seen it on the timeline, but the autonomous agent type of deal, game's persistently going, will be very, very interesting to see what gets traction, and I'm going to bet that Parallel will be amongst the top. So now I don't want to get political, but we're going to get political. Yeah, you always got to set it up for that. So T1, which this relates sort of into the League of Legends news a little bit later, but T1 is an esport team that is in multiple esports, but probably the biggest one is League of Legends. And they have somebody on their team that's named Faker. And Faker is like the LeBron, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky of, you know what I mean? Like top of the line. And so it's funny because I feel like generally speaking, you don't have any of this sort of PR statements from anybody in North American sports, but it shows that like the culture is a little bit different. So they post, "We would like to address a recent matter involving the unauthorized use of the image and signature pose of Faker in a political related content." So let me get this straight. It is a pose that somebody has that is being used in a political way. So we're like copywriting poses, which I know they do that with words, but it's kind of weird. Faker is not affiliated with any political stance, party, or campaign. We respectfully ask that this imagery and expressions are not related or misconstrued, yada, yada, yada. And so like, I was like, what the hell is this? So Faker's image was used in a political context by a presidential candidate in South Korea. And I was like, I mean, that's okay, cool. We have we're just like, I don't understand that. But gamers legit cracks me up that they hate crypto and NFTs, but will spend money on skins in a game that are stored on a centralized database and can be deleted at any time by the game owner. Like, bros, NFTs solve this. So the guy that I just showed, Faker, right? League of Legends did this thing, and they're apparently going to do more of them, where they did this Hall of Fame sort of deal, and they had this very, very rare Faker skin that they were charging $500 for. Now, it's not something where you go and you can just flat out pay $500. You have to buy like their in-game credit for it. It's there for a limited amount of time, and it's not transferable either. So if you ever get banned on the game, you're just completely out of that $500. There's no way, if you decide, you know, a year from now, hypothetically, if you quit the game, to be able to sell it even at a lesser cost to somebody else. Riot's potentially missing out on the speculative aspect of, okay, if this item continues to get traded, we get like a 5-10% cut of it, whatever it may be, because we see that in NFTs all the time. It's just hilarious when you're looking at these two things, and they made an absolute killing on that skin. Don't get me wrong, but still, there's more to it. I hate everybody. No, okay, listen, hate's a strong word, not everybody, but some of the things on Web3 X is ridiculous. So we had this post that circulates, right? And this was back in 2022, where a gold Bored Ape had an offer of $1 million, back in like the craziness, right? And the caption says, "You'll never believe the stories we tell of 2021 and the sheer size of the bubble." Okay, so then I'm like, let me go and look and try to see who else is bringing that up. Oh, we have another one that just took that screenshot and making the same tweet about it. Okay, that's cool. That's fun. That's fun. And then there was a whole bunch of more. There was a whole bunch of more of them, and I don't even have them in the right setup. That's son of a gun. There's like 4 to 5 different posts. I just typed in gold ape, and the past couple of days. That's the one thing that I like kind of drives me nuts, and I understand that we cover different things in the news, and yeah, everybody else does the same thing. But it's like, we take somebody's post, we copy and paste it, we take the screenshot, there's zero credit anywhere, and everybody basically says the same thing. And it's like, all right. No wonder there's no originality anymore. But Craig's Purse saying, "My 8-year-old son is already reading charts, building gaming worlds, and using AI. The future is bright." I'm trying to think back to when I was younger, and there was games that I played. I had certain friends that were into like Minecraft and whatnot, and obviously that's a little bit different because there are building structures, whatever you can make within Minecraft itself. But just thinking about this overall, it's weird how creative or early you can do stuff with the fact of AI. You don't need these harsh lessons, or sorry, I shouldn't say harsh, but lengthier lessons of certain software, being able to have to pay for it. Some of these tools are free, but it is just a very interesting concept of a lot of the younger generations are going to be a part of that. So on the AI front, I noticed this come on my timeline, and holy smokes, if you're in a good mood, wait, let's just exit the stream right now. So an email from Fiverr CEO to his team about AI. All right, so this is a $1 billion company. This says, "Hey team, I've always believed in radical candor," doing a little bit of Gary V here, "and despise those who sugarcoat reality to avoid stating the unpleasant truth. The very basis for radical candor is care. You care enough about your friends and colleagues to tell them the truth because you want them to be able to understand it, grow, and, well, succeed. So here is the unpleasant truth. AI is coming for your jobs. Heck, it's coming for my job too. This is a wake-up call. It does not matter if you're a programmer, designer, product manager, data science, lawyer, customer support rep, salesperson, or a finance person. AI is coming for you. You must understand that once that what was once considered easy tasks will no longer exist. What was once considered hard tasks will be the new easy, and what was considered impossible tasks will be the new hard. If you do not become an exceptional talent at what you do, a master, you will face the need for a career change in a matter of months. I am not trying to scare you. I am not talking about your job at Fiverr. I'm talking about your ability to stay in your profession in the industry. Well, holy smokes, what a negative point of view. But we see all these things around AI and the happenings of it and all these agents, and it's like, what is going on? Yeah, yo, Trader Pops, how we doing? So yesterday, we highlighted the announcement of Coinbase becoming exclusive partners with Riot Games, which did the Faker skin, which doesn't have any NFTs, and then it's like, whoa, okay, hold on a second, what's going on with Coinbase? And then I saw NFT Bro make a point about, well, hold on, are these guys having like blockchain tech? And I just saw the initial post from like the League of Legends Twitter, esport Twitter, that just kind of passively mentioned something. So then going to the article, right? And going through here, let's just read it and react. We're bringing on Coinbase as an official partner of Valorant and League of Legends esports global events. Okay, so these are the global events when they have the UEFA Champions League type of thing in League of Legends. I don't exactly know how it works for Valorant, but the events themselves, the international ones, are like big. Everybody loves them. I think the next one's in like 3 months or something for League. Becoming the exclusive cryptocurrency exchange and a blockchain technology partner, starting with VCT at Masters Toronto, which begins June 7th, which I'm assuming that's Valorant, not League. Coinbase will contribute a number of fan-facing enhancements, including custom segments, okay, event activations, hospitality promotions, and giveaways for Valorant and LOL esports fans, all to be integrated in future events. As a digital-first brand, Coinbase has built a strong reputation supporting numerous global brands like the NBA, WNBA, Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Clippers, Aston Martin, Formula One, and our friends at Team Liquid. Yo, Zanzibar, holy sugar! What's going on? Long time no see. My goodness, love that you're still around. But I mean, like within this, okay, so Coinbase will contribute a number of fan-facing enhancements, including custom segments. Is that blockchain related? Is that just them interviewing players and creating content? Event activations, again, is that blockchain? Hospitality promotions, sign up, get like $15 on Coinbase, or is this something more related to League? And giveaways for Valorant and LOL esports fans, all to be integrated in future events. So again, are these NFTs, are these tickets? Like what exactly is this? Yeah, and it kind of leaves the imagination up for imagining, if you will. Justin, Treasury Secretary Besson says, we believe the U.S. should be the premier destination for digital assets.
Yes, sir. We believe that the United States should be the premier destination for digital assets. And as members of this committee and the Senate are attempting to do, create good market structure around that, so that U.S. best practices are used around the world.
And that's really the point, right, is having American U.S. best practices to sort of set the pace for others.
So, I mean, like, it's wild to think that we've been here covering this stuff, being interested, and now we have, like, government officials around the world talking about digital assets, which is the new fun term. So, apparently, right, the Utah Mammoth is what their name is. But it was going to be the Yeti. Allegedly, the water bottle company, like, have you ever heard of the Yetis that are like the big ass cups? Apparently, they sued over it or something along those lines. So that's why they didn't go with the Yeti, which is crazy. But again, Faker, we're not allowed to do the whisper thing because that's political. Not allowed to take the Yeti name because somebody else is at it. Man, the restrictions in the world are getting crazy. But I saw this and I had to bring it up. We are now one animal away from the NHL having the holy trinity of the Ice Age films. And they're missing Sid the Sloth. So they got Diego and then they got Manny the Mammoth. But Diego the Saber and then Sid the Sloth. So if anybody comes out with the Sloth, that is absolute content. Intel, China announced significant rate cuts and a $138 billion liquidity injection to support its trade war impacted economy and improve credit conditions. Absolutely nuts that everywhere is just able to be like, yo, we're going to give a whole bunch of money into the system. Wow. Ape Chain is live on Nifty Island. I haven't played Nifty Island in a while, but this is one of the first kind of like metaverse game experiences that seem like it's really inclusive for a whole bunch of different communities that are out there. Ape Chain Hub communities can now bring their avatars in a Nifty Island with Ape coin and native NFTs available as in-game rewards. Expect massive quests and Ape coin prizes starting this week, which, you know, that was kind of nothing. But then I noticed the Phil made this comment and I was like, huh? Interesting considering past remarks from Nifty team, still cool. So I don't know if at a point they were like ripping on Ape Chain or saying they were going to do their own thing, if there's bad blood or there just wasn't expected to be any sort of partnership for this. So I have no idea how to read this comment, but again, love Phil, he is great. Ape Punk just changed hands in an OTC deal over the counter. If you don't know, guess on what it went for. Cyrus is thinking that it went for 1.8 million. So one of the super rare crypto punks that is a monkey. And apparently it was facilitated by Fountain. So I've seen some people that are domain handlers or help connecting people that are selling domains with people that are buying them. And it seems like that is also the case within CryptoPunks. We've looked at Punks OTC, who's usually one of the bigger people that have facilitated this, but then apparently it was done by this Fountain XYZ saying they were taking credit for it. So the brokerage of crypto art. Looking to buy or sell high-value NFT, DM us to get started. So, wow to think of the different opportunities that arise in NFTs if you feel like putting yourself out there, I guess. But that's going to be it for this edition of XFeed. I hope you guys had a phenomenal day, and you're going to finish it phenomenally. You enjoy this quick 15, 16-minute banger of a bunch of NFT news. Zanzibar, thank you so much for coming through. Trader Pops as well. Navi, T-Doge, appreciate you guys. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. I'm not going to repeat myself again because I continue to do that, and it's just like, what are you doing? Shut up and hit end. So I'm going to do that. Have a good one. Peace.